Are you thinking of making a plant-based diet change, but worried that you'll then need to take all these extra dietary supplements or you won't get enough nutrition? Like vitamin B12. Isn't that a nutrient all vegans and vegetarians need to supplement with, but others don't? Well, yes and no. Let's talk about this on today's podcast. In this episode, we'll see if vitamin B12 is a vitamin only vegans and plant based eaters need to be concerned about, or if it is a nutrient we all need to be conscious of, even if we're on a regular diet. Join me inside this episode and let's find out.
Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this.
A number of years ago, my dad received the news that he needed an immediate stent placement because doctors discovered he had at least 3 blockages in his heart, with one of the arteries being at least 90% blocked. This came as quite a surprise to us because up till that point, my dad did not have any known heart issues, was taking daily walks, and seemed pretty healthy on a regular diet. Yet reflecting back, perhaps this wasn't such an unexpected event. Often, major life events like heart attacks and strokes are not the result of a one-off food choice or exercise action, but are instead heavily impacted by a series of lifestyle and dietary decisions made over the course of at least a decade or two. Those seemingly small incremental decisions do add up, and it is our physical body that feels the impact of these decisions and suffers the consequences. Friend, you might have just had a major health event yourself or seen it recently happen to a loved one, and now your anxiety is rising and you're dreading the next big health crisis you'll need to face. Well, it's not too late to turn things around. If you're serious about lowering your heart disease risk with a new plant-powered way of eating, let's connect. Send me an email at healthnow@plantnourish.com or see the contact links in the show notes. I would love to see how I can help you in your situation and support you in your plant-based diet journey. Let's move together towards the best health and nutrition for you. Now let's get into today's topic. There is often the idea that when you start plant-based eating, you'll then need to supplement with all these extra dietary supplements because you'll be lacking them from your food. Have you thought this? In fact, I've had at least one member from my community mention that this was a key concern their doctor raised up when the member said she wanted to start a plant-based diet. The doctor got worried that the patient would fall short of many nutrients, and in one case was even trying to dissuade her from eating this way, suggesting a Mediterranean diet instead. Sometimes, though, it's not the doctor, but well-meaning family and friends around us who voice their concern that eating plant-based won't provide enough nutrients. I've definitely had relatives bring up this worry about nutritional adequacy for our family during our trips back to Asia. And it's not once, but many times. But is this really the case? Does eating plant-based really mean you'll be put into a select group with greater nutritional needs that can only be met through supplementation? Or are there nutrients that those on a regular diet also need to worry about? Let's see how this applies to vitamin B12. It's often been said that meat and other animal-based foods are a source of vitamin B12, so you won't need to worry about vitamin B12 deficiency if you are on a regular diet. Well, There are two key things you need to know in regards to this. Here's the first. Vitamin B12 is actually made by bacteria and not by any animals or plants. So humans and animals can only get it directly or indirectly from bacteria. This means that animal meats can be a source of vitamin B12, but mainly because this bacterial product has been stored or accumulated over time in their bodies. This can be through various means such as microbes in the gut, contact with plants, manure or dirt, eating manure, or through vitamin B12 supplemented feed. Here's a second key thing to know. Deficiency is more common than you think. Everyone should monitor their vitamin B12 levels, including those on a regular diet. So it's not just vegans, vegetarians, and plant-based eaters. Studies in different countries, including the United States, have found a percentage of the population to be either deficient or to have marginal vitamin B12 status. This includes the elderly, children, and adults, many of whom are on a regular diet centered on animal-based foods. Now, why is this? That's because vitamin B12 adequacy does not just depend on intake, but also on having adequate absorption ability. Complicated pathways are actually involved in the absorption of vitamin B12. The B12 found in foods is usually protein-bound, so it needs stomach acid or gastric acid for initial digestion. That's why factors like being over 50 years of age, health conditions, medications, and surgeries like bariatric surgery can impair absorption and increase the risk of having a vitamin B12 deficiency. These are all reasons why meat eaters on a regular diet also need to be conscious of their vitamin B12 levels and ensure adequacy. Remember that vitamin B12 is an essential nutrient our body needs, and it plays so many key vital roles within the body. These include DNA synthesis, the formation of red blood cells, central nervous system functioning, and folate metabolism. If you become deficient in vitamin B12, signs and symptoms experienced could range from tiredness, weakness, and lightheadedness to more severe symptoms such as nerve damage, loss of reflexes, and cognitive problems. Of course, if you have any of these symptoms, it does not mean you definitely have a vitamin B12 deficiency. But what it does mean is that you should probably see your doctor and have specific blood tests done to check for this deficiency. A few months ago, I learned of a friend in his late 20s who became vitamin B12 deficient. He then needed to be treated with vitamin B12 injections at subsequent doctor visits. His wife cooks mainly vegetarian at home, but does eat a little meat, while he himself is on a regular diet and eats more meat outside the home. But after he started to experience some tingling in his hands, he went to the doctor to get this checked out. That was when he found out he had a vitamin B12 deficiency. This is just one real-life example, but I hope it shows you the importance of monitoring your vitamin B12 levels and ensuring adequacy, even if you are on a regular diet. So today we looked at the question of whether meat eaters also need to worry about vitamin B12, and we saw that the answer to this is yes. This is an important essential nutrient that everyone, including those on a regular diet, need to be conscious of and supplement if necessary. We also looked at some of the key roles vitamin B12 play within our body, possible signs of deficiency, and factors that can increase a person's risk of having vitamin B12 deficiency. Remember, friend, I'm here to help you reach the best nutrition and health on a plant-based diet. So reach out to me at healthnow@plantnourish.com or see the contact links in the show notes if you want help and support for your specific situation and diet transition journey. With the right guidance and support, you can thrive on a plant-powered lifestyle and reach the best health for your remaining years. I look forward to connecting with you.
Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or iTunes to let me know. Nothing will lift me up more than to read your review and see how this podcast has made a difference in your life. I also pick reviews to read on this show, so your review could be one of them. Come connect with me in my free Facebook community group, Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success. Just go to bit.ly/PB Diet Success. That's bit.ly/PB Diet Success. You can also subscribe and follow this podcast to get notified when a new episode goes live. Signing off now, this is Anna, and I wish you the best health always.